Thank you, Zora, for the raid. I'm not ready yet. Thank you. Give me a minute. We'll be starting soon, though. Don't worry. It doesn't hurt. We could start early. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream. My name, of course, is Alma Hexblade, your head guildmaster and chief barista. Welcome. Early start to the morning. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Happy Tuesday, of course, start of my stream week. I hope you guys have been having a good week so far. If not, I hope I can make it better. And, let's see here. So, basically, this stream is like a long time coming for maybe two reasons. One is I had a really big like impulse to get my GameCube stuff out of storage. So I have my GameCube, and yesterday I was searching through the basement of my building to try and find where my parents took my stuff. And here are the results of what I found down there. Look at me, look at me, I'm a competitive Project M player. I got my GameCube controller. Like, this is like my OG GameCube controller that I had when I was like 10. So this thing's stinking old. I had to take it apart and like refurbish it and clean it up, but it came out pretty well, and that's a good sign. So yeah, let me get my Switch started, and we will head over there immediately. If I can get it started. Where's the button? There it is. All right. And apparently, according to my adapter, this controller counts as a Pro controller. Like a wired Pro controller. It's really weird. And I can't, like, I need to get another... I need to get my wireless Pro controller out, because obviously it doesn't have the same amount of buttons, so I can't, like, hit home, just in case. That's how the Switch sees it? Yeah, like, wait, does that happen with the exception of Smash? Oh, interesting. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. So, it's funny, is like, I haven't played this game. Hold on, let me up the volume. I haven't played this game, I want to say, ever, but I feel like I was just too young to appreciate it, you know? So now, here I am, after all this, trying to see what was up with it. No, like, the thing with the games I played, the things with a lot of the games is that, like, I have not, or when I was too young to appreciate them.
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we added the world's finest resort facilities, a spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood. All this and more await you on Isle Delfino. Come
No, it's I played it when I was like 10. Excuse. I played it when I was like 10. I cheated because I didn't know how to progress. Or I didn't know how to play the game, and then I did like end game stuff while cheating. So this is my first time playing it legitimately. Let's put it like that. They're just learning how to do the camera controls. I mean, the C stick was for the. I freaking love Bauer. He freaking fire. Yo, move. I do too. Mario just like me, for real, for real. How do you relate to an Italian plumber? I would like to know that. Is it just the appreciation of seafood? Super Mario Sunshine! Okay. This is so... Hey, have I mentioned that it's weird playing this in 4x3? in not 4x3? Like, this is wild in not 4x3. It actually is like it's like skeeving me out just a little bit.
What happened?
Mario. You just got in a plane crash. Can you maybe pay attention?
What's this icky paint-like goop? It's moving!
No, boys! Don't touch that stuff!
I'm a little sad that I don't think Toadsworth has ever been in another Mario game ever since.
Excuse me, but... Huh? Where'd he go?
I am most concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat. Master Mario, if you would, cross over to that shore and find some assistance.
Definitely what I'm gonna be doing. Be careful, I have a bad feeling about this. Oi, okay. I mean, the controls, like, the camera seemed fine. Oh my god. Oh, it's... Oh, weirdly jittery. Okay. I don't remember my Smash controller being this bad. Oh, he's dead. He's like dead. What are you waiting for? Do something. This bleach bandages completely covered my trench. I didn't do anything. Oh, the interact button is V. It's supposed to be V. Hold up. Welcome to Isle Delfino. Step right up and get yourself a free tourist trap. Press the L button. That ain't the L button, bud. Camera, help! Oh god, okay. Oh god. I know I'm ignoring the blatant thing. It's fun. Alright. What you got to say? Help you? You crazy? We're the ones who need help. Take that water pump and clean the stage airstrip, you. You almost called me a slur. Ah, robot.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from GAD Science Incorporated. Preparing to register customer information. Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer ultra dowsing device.
I love him.
I hope to be of assistance.
so cute.
Proceeding with user instruction. Use the button to shoot water from my gate.
I think I still have at least the old disc of Sunshine for my GameCube.
You can then use the stick to aim in
So if this game is bothering me that much on the Switch, I might as well just get my GameCube and hook it up and then just stream from that.
You can then press the button.
No emulation here. We play with real hardware. You know? I don't know.
If this tank is empty, no water can be sprayed. To refill tank, enter a body of water and press the button. Instructions complete. Proceed. Mario. Mario.
I might need to invert the controls on that really quickly. Hold on. Oh wait, is there an option? Oh, there. Yeah, okay, there we go. Hold on. No, it's not. You gotta work with the surveillance in Mario, the Mario world. No, I was thinking about what? The flood controls. The flood controls were wrong. The flood controls were bad. There we go. Are you using a GameCube controller or Switch Pro? I'm using a GameCube controller. I have a Switch Pro just in case I need to access the menu or anything. There we go, that's better. And I'm not using like your crummy old controllers either. I'm using my OG here. Ah! I remember the movement. No, get out. Stinky man. Were you ever traumatized by the lily pad level? Yes. I know what exactly you're talking about. It was that and Pachinko. It was that and Pachinko. We got one. First one.
Nice work, Mario.
Quite an unusual device. Is it some sort of pump?
I am Flood, glad to meet you.
I'm glad he does.
Someone's coming.
Oh, it's the cops. Literally in jail.
Court is now in session.
Also, yeah, a very surprising amount of VA work.
Someone has been senselessly defacing Fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on?
The funny thing also is that I don't think these cutscenes were edited in any way, like color-wise. Because you know what you saw when Mario get locked up in bars, like the lights for that is gray. I remember seeing that on CRT and that was just straight up black. Or well, what the black that could be produced by the screen. So,
obvious.
You know?
This horrible graffiti is to blame.
I'm just surprised that they. But the thing is for this is that they
The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among
I don't
us.
think-
It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as
Sorry.
charged.
He said
I
the
hereby order the defendant to clear this entire island until Isle Delfino.
But the
is
interesting
stripped
part
free
for
of
this
his vile
scene is
handiwork.
that
Mario
this is
shall
black.
not be
It
allowed
matches
to
the
leave.
black of the bars at the
Court
bottom.
Adjourned.
Yeah, it matches the black of the bars at the bottom.
This appears
So,
to be quite a
they did
predicament,
weird editing,
Mario.
especially because this is cropped to
Recent
16 by
analysis
9.
verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution.
Same.
But the pollution itself is not the main problem. Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip.
Mario, do you know
It is a
about
shine
golden
sprite.
sacks?
Shine sprites are the source of
I wish they
power
had
on
it
Isle
crop.
Delfino.
People would complain if they didn't crop it because
They
they're dumb.
used to gather
You know
in
that.
great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island and most of the Shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable.
Now they have to become violent
The
for
only
oil
way
and
to
power.
ensure the return
That's what you meant,
of the
right?
Shine sprites is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The
Those chucksters aren't peaceful, yeah.
Even as
No,
we-
those chucksters shows
and
violence.
you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal. Tomorrow,
We kinda
do our best
we kinda
to
figured that
resolve the
part out.
situation.
What was that stupid meme? That I...
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mesh tower. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
This game is the cause for my definitely rational fear of cops. Oh, here we go. Delfino Island Plaza, my favorite. Shout out to the dude that's on fire. It's not fire all the time. I think that's after a certain like set of cutscenes or whatever. Also, I love that even though that this says A, but the button I need to press is B, and I don't even think that's still right. Oh, Mario, you're okay after all. I just knew you'd be. Alright. The Pianta stuck in the muck is always like, I feel bad for him. Alright, let's clean up. I personally love using that silly Beyblade move. Because it just does so much. Oh wow. Actually, hold on. Before I fight the boss, I want to try and do something that I remember I can do. I love that. Okay. Let's try that. The movement. Oh wait, couldn't Mario sidestep in this? Or am I like, oh, am I forgetting something?
Mario.
And I also always wondered this. Did we ever get a name for these little guys? These little Goomba guys? I feel like they should have a name. I've never seen them have a name. Dang it, no. No! It counts. they should have a name. They look cute. They're too cute to not have a name.
Look, on the statue's head.
Mario? I'm sure there's a wiki out there with an answer to that. It's probably the Mario wiki. Could someone look it up and tell me? Ah, I remember this part. It was kind of hard. There he goes.
Mario.
This is why I learned this technique. Wait. Why can't I? I'm not bad at this game, I promise. I'm not bad at platforming. You know. I do miss Toads. Toadsworth was in Double Dash, wasn't he? There we go. Got him.
Mario.
Oh. I remember him being in Double Dash, as like the guy who rides the cart, or for like this, like you were like in a celebratory cart or whatever. Isn't also the mushroom guy over here who's always like on fire? Pretty sure it was that guy. Oh, right. Windmill. I legitimately keep forgetting that, like... I almost want to say that I kind of miss playing on a CRT right now. I really miss playing on a CRT. Enjoy getting to episode 7 in every world episode. I want to buy your CRT. I told you, I stole a CRT from my old work. Because they were throwing it away. Save someone's groundwater. I know, right? I'm a hero, clearly. One. Got it. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? It's out here, right? Great game, Nintendo. No. Hang on the the rope, you can use flood to spin. I remember that mechanic. That one was fun. No. Whoa. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, okay. Whoa. I'm sure this... Oh, it's spitting it at me. Okay. Don't like that. Oh, right, I forgot they did that. No, okay. What? I got hit by nothing. Oh. How did you get there? Oh, God. They're called Goobles? Okay. That's cute. I'm glad they had a name. I never knew it for like 20 years. I'm happy for them. They need to return on literally any... Let's clean this. Nothing. Ah! Oh! I'm gonna call you now. No, I'm not Google. They're in two different things. Oh right, I forgot those shotgun bursts. That's my favorite. That one's a good one. Oh. This game's so much hidden tech and jank. I know, right? Like, my favorite move is just this. Because it just works way too well. Hello, Lunar. Thank you. Oh my god, 11 months. Let's go. Thank you for joining me for this journey for so long. I Dang it. Oh yeah, golden coffee cup for... I think it's 10, I think, for golden coffee cup. I don't understand why this game had so much, like, weird hidden tech. Like, the funny, like, the sprinklers and the shotgun blast, I'm like... That's, like, real easy. Petey! He's vibing up there. We'll get to you soon. If I can get this steak and... Yeah, it's a golden cup. Save and continue for sure. Make them distinct from the stews? Yeah, they also had stews there. Here we go. Namely, what was it? Strollin' Stew? Is that? I think that's the walking one's name is. You were the first technically VTuber I ever watched. Really, Lunar? That's kind of cool. It was the Gunplay stream? Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that they were bad, I'm just like... Okay, maybe I'm saying that. They might have been bad. They were really jank. Oh. Really? Okay. What is that? Oh god. Ah! It wasn't bad, it was rough. Well, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to do Gunplay streams proper. It's really tough. Where are those coming from? I did not notice the bridge was out. The muscle reflexes will come back to me, I swear. It'll just happen eventually. Out of water. Good point. Water. I love those menu sounds. They're just so. You mean these? These are great. I do love them. Hi.
Mario.
Okay. Let's go fight Petey Piranha. Oops. What you doing, friend? Could you help out with the big-headed creature up there? You're the only one we can ask to lend a hand. Okay, sure, I guess. I know it's a pain, but you think you can handle it? Yeah, of course. It's like my job. I'm doing literally community service right now. I love watching the Piantas vibe. I'm glad that they're so good. Hey, was there something in that alcove there, that middle bit? Hi, Petey. Okay, so what if I just... Nah. Is it me, or did the cutscenes also get upscaled? They have like a little bit of like a blur. I feel like they're blurred. Maybe they're in engine? No one say anything weird during this entire fight. Don't be weird. They really did give him a belly button. And you can like see it too, it's like at the top of his mouth. Pants. That polka dot diaper is pretty weird. Am I supposed to... hold up. Ah, there you go. Yeah, it's like his belly button's hidden under there and it comes back out. Yeah, it's like tucked in. He psychs himself up. Come on, round 2. Can I like... no. Round 3. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else here, but this is kind of funny. Hey, got him. He's dead. We killed him! Let's go! Now, the missions that I'm actually scared about are going to be the ones where it's like... it says shine and get in PAL versions? Oh, dang. Wait, what version am I... wait, what version am I playing then? I got shine get, right? Oh, I'm playing NTSC? Okay. There. like, I got worried because I thought I was playing like a lesser version of the game or something at some point. I thought I was. And these are the two Tanukis. Let's go over here. The two Jills, yeah, there's two Jills in there. Now this is where we get the real Super Mario Sunshine music. Like here and maybe, I don't know, the amusement park, but... Also, canon dead bloopers. They're just... I think my favorite part about this, if you can attempt to look, if the camera will let me, is that all of these guys are in, like, the same position, just warped in different shapes. But yeah, canonical dead bloopers. If I remember right, that... dude is at like the top of this crate. No. Oh, I'm gonna flip. Hold up. No. No.
Mario.
The control listing is wrong for the GameCube controller.
Mario.
The controller stick is entirely wrong.
Mario.
I'm pressing B for this.
Mario.
It's A. Yeah, A's flipping. I mean, the controls are right, it's just the visuals are wrong. Could always switch to the Pro Controller? No, but I want the analog joystick. Why would I not use the GameCube controller? I want a run and gun. Oh, there's actually nothing in here.
Mario.
What am I supposed to do there? Get out.
Mario.
Also, since it's like, it isn't seeing the analog input. No, it is seeing the analog input. Did you not know this part about Sunshine? This is the analog input. Lightly squeezing the trigger is the running. And then, boop, is the standing. Can I spray this? Should I switch to Pro Controller? I feel like I would be not giving it... I spent a lot of money getting this GameCube adapter. I spent a lot of money getting this GameCube adapter. When I mean that, I spent $20. And had to search for my GameCube and then clean my GameCube controller. So. Alright, which way am I supposed to be going? Sign says this way. Oh, this is gonna be a fun day. Alright. The camera. My enemy. Okay, let's see. Oh, where's the way out? Aha, okay. Nice. Oh, oh. Wow, that's really fast. Hold on. That's blue. You make it go higher? Oh, really? I thought that was as high as I thought it was gonna go. Okay. Isn't like this, like, over here an alternative method instead? What are you angry about? Oops. What? Oh. Oh, these guys turn into platforms. Okay. Oh, that mine just yeeted him. What the? Did you guys see that? Are you winning? I think I am. Did you guys see that? I think one of them just like yeeted themselves off into the water. Had to reinstall Windows 11, make regular. Oh my god, yeah. It's your today. It's your sign to back up your data today, everybody. Make sure you guys are set just in case stuff goes bad. Sorry to hear that happened to you, Zin. Oh my god, the camera. Oh, the camera. Is this? Yeah. There's automatic system over up here. Sheesh. That sounds terrible. I know I'm going the wrong way. Don't think about it. Oh, how's Super Mario? It's Mario. He sure is super. And am I gonna get blocked off by another? Darn it. I can't even go that way. The camera angle's making me bomb just a little bit. No. No. This game is somewhat annoying compared to Galaxy when you're flying around planets. I know, right? And I love Galaxy. Oh, moving platform here. Okay. I love Galaxy. And I'm playing it even on a GameCube controller, just for the right feel. All right. Try this again. Is there a faster way up on that platform? Please tell me there's a faster way up on that platform. Is this man a chuckster? No. Okay, cool. Oh my god, there's a chuckster over there! Oh, here we go. This can only end well. Say it with me, everybody. I'm a chuckster. Oh, he can't. Okay, cool. Good. Thank God. What? What? That's not... That doesn't even look right in-game! What? That doesn't look right in-game at all! Nope, missed the window. Oh. Coin. Good coin. Nailed it. What? Looper on the ceiling. Ah. Yeah, they really don't make cameras like they used to with this thing, honestly. Oh, there's our target. And I did just cross this, so can I? Yeah. I want to see if I can make this. Wait. Those aren't timed, are they? Oh, they are. They totally are trapped. Okay. Mario! Mario! Oh my god. Dang it! I'm never gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that point. Alright. Hello, buddy. Alright.
Mario.
Let's do this. Why not try pulling on it? I don't like that idea. It's so mean. It feels so mean to do that. Ah.
Mario.
Tentacle removal. Like this is it like flails around so badly too. I hate it. Shoot. And he's like sad and stressed, and I feel bad. Oh my god, I can still hold on to it. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again. That was funny. Hey. No! Mario. I'm gonna hold on to it so. Woo! Why do I dive? I don't want to dive! Now I just feel bad for him. Hold on, wait. Where do I yeet him off? Fun fact, you can kill him without any tentacles? Wait, really? I'm gonna yeet him off into the deep sea. Oh no, he just falls flat. Okay, no, I just killed him. Oh, phase 2. Stop! Mario! Mario, stop with the movement, please. Please. What's the movement? Fight me, coward. Oh my god. Oh, hey! Oh, there he goes. Into the water. Is that what you meant by you could kill him without removing any tentacles? I just go for the mouth? Was that the idea? I just go for the mouth? Yeah. Neat. hold on. I'm just gonna check something really quickly. Okay. Okay, let's see. We've been doing this about an hour. I think we can keep going a little bit longer. And then I'm going to go take my break. And then we can get back to it. So, I might actually want to switch to the Pro Controller at this point because the GameCube had its gimmick. But it's actually kind of, I feel like it's drifting all over the place and it doesn't feel right anymore. Okay, so they changed it based on... Okay, so how this is based on... It's based on the Switch stuff, so... The tech, okay. Alright. 2 Emmys. 2 Jills. Got another. Save, continue. It's interesting how the GameCube controller and the Pro Controller feels right now. It's like... Obviously there's a difference, right? Oh no, Toad. Happy Medium is the power triggers don't have analog, but they do feel like a game controller. Like I could deal with Okay, wait. Why can't I do the tech that I was doing before? Why can't I do the shotgun blast like before? Is that a GameCube only thing? Oh no! Okay, that makes sense now. It's a full trigger press and B, not just a trigger press and B. That's right. The camera's not. The camera's not agreeing with me right now. Ow! Toad's just dead over there. I'm sorry, Toad. Wait, hold on. Need more water. He keeps spreading. Am I supposed to do it at like range? Am I supposed to do it at range or something? Oh my god. Have to run.
Mario.
There we go. Oh. Oh, wait. What? No. That's not what I wanted at all. Why is it coming back so much? Am I missing something? Am I not supposed to be here right now? Oh god, there's more of them. Yay! Okay. Lamppost. Toad. Toad. Okay. Which one's this again?
I'm back, son.
Oh, Gelato Beach. Okay. We get like the little quack quacks. I love these guys. Quacks, yeah. I love these little guys. That was actually very helpful, thank you. I actually don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, there's Speed Bang. Out of my way, no! I'm getting there. I made it! Wait, what mission is this one? Wait. Oh, okay. This one isn't bad. Well, I got this one. I'm too scared. I'm too scared right now to try any funny business. Because I'm just gonna fall off the edge and then immediately die. Alright. Camera! Camera! We're gonna be here all day, folks. At least I grabbed the 1-up. And at least they respawn every time, so I can just keep trying. Right? Yeah, okay. I'm good now. I can be here all day. No! Okay. I knew that was gonna happen. This shit's gonna happen. Okay, where is that stupid shine spray? No, out, 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 no! Are you guys ready to be here for the next 30 minutes? You know what? Wait, what? What? Hold up. I can't spring back up from a ground pound? Was that mechanic not a thing? No. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, thank God. Okay. This is gonna get... It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse from here. only gonna get worse from here. Alright. How many missions are we gonna be over here until we get to the Sandbird? That's my question. How long are we gonna get until the Sandbird, guys? Wait, mirror till... That's just getting the Wiggler off, right? Alert, just like at the top of the tower. We're going to disturb this man's sleep. I'm here for this. Some weird thing is curled up on the tower to take a nap. This could endanger the legendary Sandberg egg. Well, honestly, fuck the Sandberg egg, but you know, I'll help you guys out. Like, for real, though. Fuck the Sandberg egg. It has done nothing but for us, but oh my god, no, I want... Ah! Mario. Okay. Come on. I know, I think I know, I remember how to do this mission, I think. Or, oh no, I have to get on the trees. God! Depth perception. I'm gonna do that again. Alright, get over it. Get out. One.
Mario.
Mario. Okay. Oh, got him. Got him. Come on. Nice. No! Okay. Out. They're very cute. I feel bad kicking them off this violently.
Mario.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm out of water anyway, so I should probably refill. Why Nintendo gotta make those coins look so appetizing? I mean, here's the. You know that's definitely true because, what was it in Super Nintendo lands? up. Give me water. In Super Nintendo Land, they have edible coins. Like, whether they be, like, as cakes or candy or whatever, but they have them and they're edible. So, like, I think they knew. Hey, buddy, can you do me a favor? Wait, hold on. Not what I wanted. Oh, wait. Okay, we're getting close. Come over here, friend. Oh my gosh, come on. Thank you. What a great friend. They definitely either knew or realized the hard way. I mean, they look tasty. I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame people. They look tasty. They're yellow and they look like the most chocolatey coin ever. Ah. They're the idiots. I'm an idiot. Alright, these are stairs. And this was back in the day when cameras were just really bad. Out. Get out. What if I just bullied you over, actually? That's probably a better idea. Come over. Get off. Nailed it. Okay. And now that Wiggler is gonna be very upset. No, he just dies, apparently. He's just gone. Like, he disintegrated. He fell into pieces. Legitimately messed up. Like, he realizes what's going on and then dies immediately. Now that I remember how to do the sliding thing, it's like it's one of my favorite things. It's so fun. It's really fun to do. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Oh, it's hold on. It's we've been halfway through our time, I think, so that means it's gonna be like a little bit of a break. So get some water. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay? Let me get a timer so I can tell you how long 5 minutes is. Starting now. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I thought the loop was funny. I'm back. It's still funny. How long did it take for you guys to realize? I hope it was short. I think 2 people stopped watching because of the loop, and I think it's really funny. Alright. How do I stop this madman? Oh, right, I remember how to stop this madman. Hold on. Look at him go! He's so angry. Oh my god, I kept missing. Hold on. Come back. Oh! Too early? God. Okay, kinda early. I got him! Okay. He's coming now. Wait, what? Whoa. Oh! I'm just supposed to make a speed bump? I thought I was supposed to always hit him. Apparently he just hits a speed bump and it dies. Oh god, where's he going? Oh god. Oh wait, no. Oh, is he just leaping between the two? He's leaping between the two. Ah! Oh my god, he's all the way out in the water. That was a crash and burn if I've ever seen one. He was speeding on the beach, hit a speed bump, fell into the ocean and died. That's rough, buddy. Hey, is it me? Or is this kind of is faster than I was expecting it? Because we've gone through a lot. We've done through like 10 shines. 8 shines. I'm just like, wow. Is there any more on this level, or is one of them gonna be like... Is one of them gonna be the sandbird? No, I'm out. I'm out. Shoot. No. No. No, no, no. You know what? Actually, you know what? No, screw this. You know what? Positivity. I'm gonna do this I'm gonna do this first try. I'm gonna do this first try. I'm saying it now. No, oh, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now for me is like, how do I just need to remember how to actually get in. Oh. Oh, is that the easier way? Yeah, it was. Might help me. Yeah, that sounds right. Where are you?
Mario.
Okay, my confidence may have been overstated.
Mario.
You tell me I have to jump in this? Oh, no, no, no. Which way are you going? No. No, 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 no. Okay. Like, it's not gonna be that bad.
Mario.
It so far hasn't, but dang. These physics. Do just give me immense anxiety. Please, please don't fall off. Please don't fall off. Please don't fall off. Okay. Hey, mushroom. Also, the camera! No, 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 no!
Mario.
Okay. I'm ready. I did it too early. I...
Mario.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Get this. Oh, dang it. Okay, so it's a right turn, right? So I should probably just, like, stay here. Son of a gun. No, no. I can't see. I can't see. No. Does he like do a loop around or something? Or do I have to like stay on the bird this entire time?
Mario.
Because I know the last coin is underneath him. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that without immediately falling to my death. Oh my god, every time he moves, he gives me a heart attack. Where is it? The sandbird at the end, the clown horns at the end really make this just so much worse. We're not doing that anymore. We're going somewhere else. We're going somewhere else. We're not doing that. Wait, what is the point of this mission again? Hillside Cave Secret. So it's like over here or something? Oh, it's like over there, right? Yeah, it's okay, it's over there. We just... Now, if this is a pachinko machine, I'm gonna scream. No. Is it another jumping level? Oh wait, I remember this one. I can do this one. I can do this one easy. Aw. First try. Nice. Alright. Where else do I need to be right now? Because they mentioned, like, the fruit freighter, which is, like, I think traveling around over here. Yeah, there it goes. And then there's, like, a secret mission up there, I think? Or something. Hey, buddy, is this acting? Aw. It's not done yet. I can't get tossed out to the theme park. Yeah, I remember there being a secret here. I just don't remember what it is. Is it a shine? Oh, why'd I do this? Oh, no. Oh, why'd I do this? Oh, why'd I do this to myself? How am I supposed to... Gameplay. Riveting gameplay. No, no, no! I'm gonna die from from this happening so often. No, get me out. Get me out. Get me out. No. Oh, that's nice. No! Dang it. Oh. Oh. I was gonna, like, cheat. So if I did nothing... Oh. What? What was that? Oh. Can I go forward? No, it's a wall. So close. This is the riveting gameplay where everyone's here for today, right? Where are those last 2 coins? Hold up. One. Like the far bottom? I would love to be able to see the game, Nintendo. Oh, I got it! Okay. So the last one I think is... No! Please! Okay. We can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Just need to do like something stupid like pull back on the stick. Oh my god. It's just pulling back on the stick. So oh my god, okay. No! No! Can I leave? Oh my god. Alright, game. You got me. Okay, I want to try and get the early ones on the left first. Jump. Oh? I got the one I didn't beforehand. That's good. Who thought this game would be a good idea when the engine for this game is pretty bad? Oh, I hit it. Is like pretty bad. Like, why do I feel like the physics on this level is just in particular Trashola, or is my memory like rose? Am I being like? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Am I being tainted or something? Like, am I misremembering how this game was? Oh, I already got that. Okay. Oh, it's bottom. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, not working. Okay, and now we're back to the dumb one, like right there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's the earliest one, like. Okay. It's like one coin. It's like one coin. The physics for this game are so weird. Oh no. I'm gonna be here all day. Just doing this. Okay, yeah, okay, I'll just take it. You know, we're getting out. No, we're not. No. 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 They really made the clown horns there just for us. And like... Now, if I press continue... Okay, good. What else is over here, actually? Red coins of Windmill Village. Okay. Red coin mission, not bad. Hey, weren't there missions to, like... I feel like I remember, like, missions to get, Were there like missions to collect like 100 coins in a time limit or something silly like that? I feel like I remember one of them being like that. Oh, almost forgot a coin. Dum, bum, bum, bum. Where are you? Oh. Okay. Where's the last? I don't remember. Where's the last coin? Pig. It's like up there, right? So I gotta... It's up at that house, isn't it? Was there a way around? Oh, hey, blue coin. Hold up. Pardon me. Is this cleanup? Are you doing each stage in order? I'm not. I think I like stopped doing all of them in order. Like This is me playing like intended. After years of being a kid and just using like action replay to access the funny levels because I thought that was cooler. So now I'm actually playing the game for like actually playing the game. Dismount Mario. Thank you. Like, I know, surprising, I've never played Sunshine. It's because I had it in my... I've had it. I just never... Oh my god. Are you angry about the... Oh, that bird is pooping. Okay. Oh my god, no. No. Oh. I feel... Like, Oh, I'm out of water. Hold up. So yeah, this is me playing it the first time, the way the game intended for once. What are those weird pigs? And I feel like, why are they relevant? Hold up. Blue butterfly. Oh. What? Okay. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh. That's nice. No, seriously, which way am I supposed to be going now? Like this way? Up, I'm guessing? Damn woman, she's so happy. Yeah, like... I feel so bad for it, what the heck? I'm guessing I'm supposed to, like... Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out, like, where to go right now. Is there mission time? It's basically like it's red coins, and I think the last red coin's on top of this entire platforming section up here. It's just really annoying to get to. It's just really annoying to get to. Is the only problem. Like. How about talking to you from here? Okay, close. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think this is the good angle. This is not the good angle. Oh, nailed it, actually. And there's the red, oh. No, okay. Got it, okay. Alright, there we go. It's up there. Is it Galaxy first? Yeah, it's, 10 shines. 10 shines. Ooh. Let's go there. Let's go talk to Bowser Jr.
Mario!
funky water mark. Oh wow, they just blasted him full of water.
That is
Lame.
the island. The villain's secret hideout must be there.
Can he go in the rocket? Alright, let's go! Oh. Oh. Let's go! Oh, this is the Mecha Bowser fight. So I'm a bit spoiled with it showing you the objectives first. Well, it's less of an objective and more like just kind of a description of what you might need to do. Like, the camera points you out in the right places, which is nice. Alright. Oh, this is like upscaled in like the worst way. It looks so blobby. It's kind of lame. Mecha Bowser.
What happened? Did the perpetrator get away?
No. He's right here. Large boy. Oh, that's how Chaos Zero didn't guess. Oh, it's worse in game. This is just cutscenes, and the cutscenes were like DVD quality, which were pretty good. Alright, now we're going for the dizzying part of the entire game. Is the roller coaster fight. Oh, and I love how he has 4 ports like a game. It's cute. How am I? Oh. Oh, what? Oh, God. I don't even know what I hit. Hooray for motion sickness? Yeah, this is the worst part of this entire fight. Like, you kind of get used to it, but, like, it gets bad at points. Whoa! Oh, hi. Oh, there's 2 of them. How am I supposed to fight this? Whoa! Like, no cap. How am I supposed to be aware of this? Hello, I'm dying on the inside right now. See, apparently I got hit. I can't tell where they're coming from. Did I kill him yet? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how am I supposed to tell? How am I supposed to tell this? Oh, wow, I got kicked the hell out. How am I supposed to tell? Trying this again, because I don't remember the bullet bills being that much of a pain in the butt. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're doing this again. See what I mean? Like, there's no notification of it coming in front of me. Which seems, like, super weird. Did that hit him? Where am I? Oh my god. That's not behind. That's like in front of me. We're getting there. We're learning where to take the shots. Too high. Where are they? Oh, there's like 3 of them. Yeah, I was not... Oh, they did not give me any warning of those over there. That was silly. They didn't give me any warning about the ones that were hitting me at the last bit. Who could it possibly be? I assume you're always supposed to look forward, but That's kind of silly. Why would I look forward when I need to aim?
My mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away. Mama?
She doesn't even know.
Mama Peach? I'm your mama? Yeah, Papa told me all about it. He told me my mama got kidnapped by a bad man named Mario. So you're Bowser's son? So I came here to rescue.
So anyway, if you look really closely,
So the graffiti,
you see, like,
that was you?
look at Princess Peach's crown.
This is my
Like, it warps really badly.
This all my wishes.
Like, it freaks out. Like, there's some really bad upscaling they're doing for this video.
A strange old man in a white coat. But why would you pretend?
Honestly, just look at Peach's face. It's so bad.
Told me everything. He said,
Mario's a bully. He never fights fair.
he said,
Junior, you gotta try to outsmart Mario.
so I tried to get Mario sent to prison. But they didn't lock him up.
Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion reference? Yeah, you guys did both these.
You pest! Stop following us!
Oh my god, that camera on. I hate this remake. I'm gonna get a game. You know what?
No, not again.
We are not playing this on the Switch. We're not playing the Switch edition next time we do this.
Toward Corona Mountain.
We're absolutely not. This is the cutscenes are so bad. It actually makes my remembrance of this game worse. Oh no, I mean I have a GameCube with Sunshine. I'm pretty sure I know I do. Like, hold on, let me find the original cutscene. Because let me find the original cutscene because this is gonna bother me really bad. About how like annoying this entire thing was. So let's see if you guys can see that. No, hold on. Okay. Yeah, you can see with like Mario's legs, it's like really, really bad. Like, hold on. Like this is, I'm sure this is gonna be warped to all hell. But
Traitor is like.
right.
What happened? Did the perpetrator get away?
Like they tried to smooth it in cutscenes, and I don't think it worked out. Like, look how wild that texture is for him. And then over here, it's like about here, I think. Peach is very clearly rendered and stuff, and like she's not freaking out. Like, you could, like, in the cutscene that we were watching on the Switch, you couldn't even see Peach's, like, eyelashes. They were freaking out, like, really bad. Like, I bet there's gotta be a comparison. Oh, there we go. We got a comparison.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from Gad Science Incorporated. Preparing to register situation.
I bet I can find... Yeah, there we go. I don't think this is gonna do it justice. Probably not. Yeah, the colors are different too. Okay. See, like, see how it's Shadow All-Stars literally being the SsssROM? Oh yeah, hell yeah, shout out to that. I'm just like, no, the GameCube version is superior. Hey, who took off my glasses? I can't compare these two games without them. I hate this. No, but yeah, I guess if you take off your glasses and squint, you can see that, like, yeah, no, this for some reason is color grade. Both are color graded entirely differently. This one's expanded and cropped.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away. Mama?
Like, you could still see the eyelashes on Princess Peach in the GameCube version.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of ridiculous.
Why would you?
The water's great.
Like, I wonder if it's a problem for GameCube games in general. I feel like that's not the case. Like, hold on. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Let's change this. Let's do a mini Finding Out Friday, since we're at the. I'm not gonna play this. I'm gonna save and quit for now. I'm gonna save and quit for now. We're gonna watch this video from Digital Foundry because I need to know what they think about it, because they actually have, like, the smarts to justify what I'm talking about. Also, apparently, the Switch is now lost Ethernet connection. That's not good. What? My computer locked up for some reason. That was weird. Hi, I'm back. Okay, we're watching this really quickly. I need to know. Like, I need to know what they did.
Digital Foundry is proudly sponsored by Omen's new wireless range of mice, keyboards, and headsets.
This is now a mini Finding Out Friday. I want to find out why this game I'm playing was so bad.
Super Mario All-Stars.
I say that jokingly.
Yes, Nintendo is revisiting this concept with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, a compilation featuring Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Each of the three games has received several enhancements in their Switch debut, but is it enough? Today, I want to check out each of the new versions included in this collection to better understand how they stack up. We'll take a look at the games running on original hardware and compare them against this new version. Is the collection worthy of the All-Stars name? Let's find out.
Because I really wonder what they did. If it's bad enough for me to, like, not hate it,
Super Mario All-Stars for Super
we'll
NES back in the early 90s, it's fair to say that it left a huge impact. The development team completely reworked the 8-bit Mario games with entirely new artwork, sound, and features. It was an ambitious but amazing project. It wasn't the first to attempt this, but it was a shining example of what a remake could bring to the table. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, however, is a little different. Rather than remaking these games from scratch, Nintendo has instead opted to update them in a more subtle fashion to better mesh with modern displays. These are effectively equivalent to the modern-day remaster, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. While each game has its fair share of quirks, enough changes have been made to smooth over the experience while preserving the original games.
They did something.
Before we jump into each individual game though, you may be wondering just how these were brought over to Nintendo Switch. Emulation? Native port? Well, it wasn't long before the community figured out how it works. Basically, all three games rely on emulation. This means that any enhanced assets we might discuss, such as higher resolution textures or improved video playback, are essentially injected.
Okay, like, look, okay. visual. We got a
that been
visual
made to
comparison.
smooth
Hold
over
up.
the experience while preserving the original games. Before we jump into each individual game though, you may be wondering just how these were brought over to Nintendo Switch. Emulation? Native port? Well, it wasn't long before the community
did not know
figured
that
out
these
how
were
it works.
emulation.
Basically,
These are
all
bad.
3 games rely on emulation. This means that any enhanced assets we might discuss, such as higher resolution textures or improved video,
This, like, okay, this is blocky, but look how a blurry mess this is. Like, the definition of Mario's hair is just gone. Like, which is saying a lot for a Mario game, but I'm like, it's stuff just blurs out.
video playback are essentially
Remember, finally
injected
emulated because
into
people
each
swapped
game.
out the files
The
for Wind
emulation
Waker.
was apparently developed by Nintendo's European Research and Development Group, which was responsible for the
Also,
Super NES
is it AI upscaling? It's a form of upscaling, not. And AI upscaling, it's not. AI upscaling would do a
Curiously, this
better
collection
job.
also relies on the Vulkan API, as opposed to NVIDIA and Nintendo's more common proprietary API. Even more unexpected, according to Oatmeal Dome on Twitter, Super Mario Galaxy was recompiled to run natively on the Switch's ARM processor, but most other tasks, such as graphics rendering, are handled via emulation. So we're basically looking at a solution here that could be applied to future Nintendo GameCube and Wii titles, not to mention N64.
No, AI
of course,
upscaling can do a
which is
pretty
pretty
good
cool.
job.
With that in mind,
But
let's jump into the details.
We're talking about video, and there are
we're
much
kicking off
cheaper
with
options
Super
to do
Mario
that,
64.
you know?
This seminal launch title for Nintendo 64 defined what a 3D game could be when it arrived back in 1996. It was a stunning example of what the N64 and 3D gameplay could deliver, and it forever changed the industry. For such an early example of a 3D platformer, it's really remarkable just how well it holds up today. Nintendo really nailed it. So, how does it compare on Switch? Well, for starters, Nintendo has bumped the resolution up from 320 by 240 on N64 to 1280 by 720 on Switch.
Yeah, that's fine.
This goes for both handheld and docked mode. It's a sizable leap, no doubt, but it's disappointing that the game retains the original 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's something that could have been corrected.
That's a
Other
W, honestly,
iterations,
but, you know.
shall we say, have demonstrated this in action, but this is what we're stuck with in the official collection. Despite this, it still looks surprisingly nice on its own. I would have enjoyed proper 1080p support rather than 720p across both modes, of course, but the game still appears very sharp and clean. Now, part of this is due to the enhancements made to the game's UI. All fonts and HUD artwork have been redrawn at a higher resolution, while aiming to mimic the look of the original game, and it definitely elevates the presentation on a modern
It
screen.
looks okay.
More importantly, input latency is kept to a minimum. The game feels suitably responsive and quick, as it should. The Virtual Console release back on Wii U is known for its
I love the
atrocious
Switch, but can it
input
even
latency,
1080?
which effectively ruined
should
the game.
10
But here, it plays great.
It should 1080
It's also worth noting that Wii U
Super
Virtual
Mario
Console
64.
version is just the original game with poorly
Maybe-
scaled HUD elements, a lower resolution, and of course it appears rather dim like many other Virtual
Maybe
Console
part of the
releases
problem
during
is
this
that
era of
it's
Nintendo.
they
So
were
yeah, that
aiming for
version
both
wasn't great. Another cool detail.
Yeah, just not on
textures
handheld.
such as the
That's what it is.
paintings, various flags, some enemy faces, and more.
It's just
actually
a
receive
handheld
updated
problem.
textures. It appears that they may have used some sort of AI upscaling or other technique to improve the quality of the textures themselves. What's interesting about this is that they're basically injecting these new textures in real time as you play using Lua scripts. When the game calls for a certain texture, for
Hell,
instance,
really?
and there is a
Wow, okay.
replacement texture available, this new version
So how to switch
intercepts that call and
code between
replaces
handheld
it with
and
a
dock.
new texture.
Yeah, the thing
Nintendo
with
did not, however, go the extra mile
you would
when
have
it
to-
comes to rendering accuracy.
to code like the differences between handheld and docked, you would have to first code stuff like adaptive resolution for your games and just kind of like recognize that if your game's like you have to it's not that you can't code for handheld and then code for docked, it's you have to hand code for a docked handheld game that can transition with enough power into a like a docked game. I think I said that. Okay.
You see, the Switch port uses 4-point texture filtering rather than the 3-point method used on N64 hardware. This has an impact on the filter pattern visible across textures. I discussed this topic in the Doom 64 video, where
I still think
Night
yours will
Dive
switch.
took the time to simulate this technique in their conversion. Notice the elongated hexagonal pattern? That's what's missing in the Switch.
What pattern? Okay, so new conversion, Doom 64 EX.
Their conversion. Notice the elongated hexagonal pattern? That's what's missing in the Switch version of Mario 64. I know, it's subtle, but it's something I would have liked. This version also lacks any sort of anti-aliasing, which again is something the N64 hardware offers natively. It was the first console to do this. Another
What?
enjoyable
It
little
can?
detail ties
So
into
cool.
the LOD system. In the original, the game would swap in a lower detail Mario model at a certain distance from the camera, but only when moving. If you stand still, it's the full detail model. The low resolution output of N64 somewhat masks this, but when you play it at a high resolution, such as in this collection,
Oh,
this becomes
no.
extremely visible, allowing you to
Oh,
more
no.
clearly see the rather hilarious looking low detail Mario model. Now, on top of all this, the frame rate is still just capped at 30 frames per second. This is perhaps the most disappointing aspect
Ew,
for
oh,
sure,
man.
as I feel
Ow.
increasing the frame rate to 60 frames per second would have definitely improved the experience, something the community has achieved elsewhere in fact. Of course, in this case, that would have required manipulating the original codebase, I believe. The emulated nature of this collection means that this was likely off the table. Unfortunately, it also exhibits mild frame pacing issues, as you can see here on the frame time graph.
Oof.
It's still a lot
How's
smoother
it
than
made
the
to reverse
N64
engineer and make it
original,
run
of
at
course,
60
but
natively?
it's not quite
I
where
thought
would
he made it
expect.
run faster,
Which is an
natively.
interesting point, really, as
Or
it
at least
actually
run it
made
with more
lining
overhead.
up shots rather difficult. Unlike many games today, Mario 64 doesn't drop frames when it misses its frame rate target. Instead, it simply continues to draw every frame but runs slow. This causes it to go out of sync when comparing with the Switch version, which does not drop frames. Another curious thing, though, is the audio latency. There's a very slight delay between when a sound effect should be triggered and when it's actually played. On original hardware, it's like this. But on Switch, it's more like this.
Oh! I'd say
Now,
that's
if you can't hear
could
the
hear
difference
that.
between that, you're in luck. You won't be bothered by this at all. But for those that can, you
I will
may
be.
notice this as
I'm
you play.
extremely bothered
I didn't
already.
find it too distracting myself, but it is there. You may have also noticed that the sound seems slightly muffled on Switch compared to the N64 original. So yeah, this is an interesting one. Technically speaking, this is the best emulated version Nintendo has ever released. But at the same time, it's difficult not to feel slightly disappointed. We know the Switch can deliver a full 1080p 60 frames per second version of Mario 64. Even still, what is here is plenty solid. It's still Mario 64 after all.
Alright,
Now, Super Mario Sunshine is perhaps more interesting.
what did they do to
Unlike
my
Mario
baby?
64, Sunshine never received an official re-release, so it's fascinating to see how it translates over to the Switch. Super Mario Sunshine itself is somewhat of a divisive game that attempts something rather different from the traditional Mario games by focusing on FLUDD, the talking, water-spraying wonder backpack Mario wears throughout most of the adventure.
I love him.
More so than Mario 64, Sunshine really benefits from the jump to the Switch. You see, the stages in this game are all rather busy with a lot of objects and interactive surfaces to play in and around. But at 480p, this results in a somewhat noisy image, making it difficult to see distant objects clearly. On Switch, the resolution is bumped to a full 1080p, and
okay.
the aspect ratio is increased to 16:9.
Yeah.
The combination of these elements really opens the game up in a big way. It's now easier to visually parse each stage from a distance, improving the overall feeling of navigation and exploration. Furthermore, in the original, the HUD is simply too large, occupying a significant portion of screen real estate at any point. With the HD version,
Well, to answer
however,
your
HUD
yeah,
elements appear
Digital
slightly
Foundry is
smaller
like my
and are
go-to for
pushed out
graphical
to the edges of the
comparisons because
screen,
they know what they're
making
talking
it
about
easier
for
to
real.
see everything in front of you. It's a nice change. Like 64, numerous other elements have been updated for modern displays. The entire UI has been recreated in a higher resolution with sharp, clean fonts and art direction. Furthermore, textures actually appear sharper than in the original as well. In some cases, it almost appears as if they've used some sort of upscaling technique to enhance the original artwork. It's not a game changer, but it does improve image quality slightly. Sunshine is
the
also the
atmosphere still
first
retained.
Nintendo-developed Mario game to feature full-motion video sequences. Many of the story beats are told through these cinematics,
The
and on
weirdest
GameCube,
part of
the
this
quality
game.
is rather abysmal. Thankfully on Switch, it appears as if Nintendo has used some sort of AI upscaling technique to improve the quality of the renders. They're not perfect, but it's a massive improvement over the original release.
IMO, it looks really bad because you see the
All
upscaling.
the visual effects are intact, though rendering at a higher resolution does change the perception somewhat. The heat haze, for instance, looks rather different when displayed at a high resolution. This can have nice benefits though. The render to texture feature used to create reflections updates at a higher resolution, so reflections do appear sharper.
I think it's the heat warping too. I mean, maybe.
The water is of course fully intact and accurate.
AI upscales message due to it in the
And
cutscenes.
everything
Yeah,
else
it's really
just
bad
appears
in the
cleaner,
cutscenes.
yet still suitably Mario Sunshine. Even the controls work well. The original uses the GameCube's multi-function triggers in conjunction with the water pack to determine whether you plant your feet when spraying or move freely. On Switch, this isn't possible, so they simply map these two functions to the right two shoulder buttons. It's effective, but it's a shame that there is no support for the GameCube controller a la Smash. So yeah, visually, the increased resolution, improved user interface, and wider field of view all make for a better experience all around, but there is one significant disappointment here, and that's the frame rate. Once again, Nintendo has opted to stick to its guns and run the game at 30 frames per second, much like the original. However, it's more disappointing in this case, as early prototypes of Sunshine, first shown off at Space World, were running at a full 60 frames per second. The final game was a step down in that sense.
Dang,
Furthermore, when
did not
using
know
a
that
Wii
part.
console, the homebrew community even managed to uncap the frame rate, allowing Sunshine to run at 60 frames
Use
per
your
second.
imagination.
So in that sense, I feel that this is something that the team absolutely could have implemented in time for release. Although who knows, maybe a bug or two crops up later in the game when running at a higher frame rate, but still, it's disappointing.
Maybe I should
Worse
just play
still,
the
there
game
are
with
now
like an AI
minor
filter.
frame pacing issues
Not
that
AI
pop
filter.
up during gameplay.
Like a
it's
CRT
not even
filter
as fluid as the GameCube release,
to make the blurs look away.
which
go
makes
away.
this version of Sunshine somewhat of a mixed bag. The improvements overall are fantastic, but the frame rate is difficult to ignore. Still, I think this is a net win overall, and it does
it's a
look
stable-
nice, especially running on the Switch in portable mode.
It's a stable 30.
So at this point, the first two games are reasonable but conservative in terms of what is on offer. But what about Mario Galaxy? Targeting the more powerful Nintendo Wii, Super Mario Galaxy really demonstrates Nintendo's ability to push limited hardware to its limits. Galaxy combines flawlessly executed art direction with the fluidity of 60 frames per second. It's one of the very best looking games on Wii, and I would argue it's held up better visually than many other 2007, 2008 PS3 and Xbox 360 games. That said, it was difficult to fully appreciate this at the time, as the Wii, I feel, is a system that was designed very much around CRTs, not flat panels. It looks stunning on a nice CRT, but blow it up to a late 2000s LCD panel, or even a plasma in some cases, and the visuals are just blurry and pixelated. Which is why I was eager to check this out on the Switch. Like Sunshine, Galaxy aims for a full 1080p output, but this time around, it does seem to use some sort of resolution scaling based on what's happening on
that's
screen.
Nintendo's
So
on
image
record
quality isn't
not thinking
perfect.
HDMI would take off as fast
But
as
how does it stack up against the original game? Well, once again,
Wow, that's
things
one
like menus
weird one
and
to be
HUD elements
behind
have
on.
all received a fresh coat of paint with higher resolution assets galore. They look excellent. Furthermore, the video sequences used at certain points, which were encoded at 60 frames per second, have been re-rendered at a higher resolution.
Oh,
Though curiously, it seems like the RGB range is different, leading to a slightly washed out image, though perhaps it is an improvement. That's kind of up to you to decide. Unfortunately, not everything is quite perfect. Super Mario
Wii was
Galaxy
just a
relies a
time
lot
camera,
on these
not the
wide
future.
open scenes
Yeah.
with dramatic color gradients and
I
transparency
can kind of agree with
effects
that.
to
I mean,
create the
it did
illusion
so
of
well
space
that
and atmosphere.
it
On
did kind of
Switch, these effects
capture the time.
are reproduced, but with significant color banding. Look at the glow around the Luma here.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's a smooth gradient on the Wii, but there's visible banding on Switch, and that's also the case in the background. Now, this isn't visible in all scenes, of course, so it doesn't really spoil the visuals, but when you do spot it, it can be distracting. It's also interesting how the controls have been implemented. The pointer is still very much a requirement here. After all, the game was designed around this, but it feels a little strange when using something like the Pro controller, as you're not really pointing at the screen as you would with a Wii remote. At least motion controls have been mapped to a button, so rather than shaking your controller
you actually
to perform
caught
an
me
action,
at the end,
which is still an option by the way, you can just press Y. Still, this is the same great game as the original Wii release, and aside from the color banding, it really does look better overall. Most importantly though, it runs at a full...
Welcome everybody, welcome. Make sure to take a seat. We have just enough space for all of you guys. If you guys don't know, my name of course is Alma Hexblade, head guildmaster, chief barista, friend of Nels. Welcome. I was just wrapping up playing Super Mario Sunshine, and it was really, the port was bothering me a little bit, so I wanted to watch a video as to why it was bothering me. And apparently the cutscene videos were using AI upscaling. And it was like they was using some weird upscaling, and everything was like weird and blobby from what I was seeing, and it was like gross. And that's why I didn't like it. So maybe next time I play it, I might just straight up do it on a GameCube. I might just get a GameCube and just capture it and start playing. I kind of prefer the banding because it makes it look like the storybooks. But the problem is that in the thing with it isn't the same as what the Wii did in terms of how it handled it. So that's why it looked weird to me. I'd rather have it be a recreation of what the Wii graphics are instead of trying to improve it, because you miss things now.
Just like the original version. The frame rate is mostly locked too, so it feels really great and responsive to play. It's actually difficult to go from, say, Sunshine or 64 over to Galaxy and then back as a result. Now, you'll notice I said mostly locked, and that's because there is actually some slowdown in the game. It's usually relatively minor like this, but you will notice it from time to time. Because this game uses a dynamic resolution system, it's entirely possible that it's just scraping the threshold of dropping the resolution, and instead you get dropped frames rather than the lower pixel count. Thankfully, these instances are relatively uncommon, so it's not a big deal, but they are there. The fact that the frame rate is a match for the refresh rate of 60 Hz also ensures that frame pacing is not an issue. This is only a problem when dealing with frame rates lower than the refresh rate. Here, everything looks perfect. So yeah, that's 3 games in a nutshell. But what about the package as a whole? So my thoughts on this are that Nintendo has done a reasonable job overall, but they haven't gone the extra mile as I might have hoped. Each game represented in this collection received numerous enhancements, especially in relation to textures and UI elements, and it's clear that they put time into ensuring that certain elements were just right. The fact that they even went so far as to carefully improve the full motion videos suggests that they did care. It's just that things like bad frame pacing in Mario 64 and Sunshine, the 4:3 aspect ratio in 64, and the lack of performance enhancements are somewhat disappointing. If I had to rank each experience though, I would say that Super Mario Sunshine benefits the most from this remaster.
Yes.
The wider
because
aspect
that's how
ratio
kind
and
of
sharper distant
game
detail
dev works.
Makes it easier to...
that's how kind of game dev works, because basically you'd have... Okay, let's think about it like this. You have the project, which is, let's put all 3 Mario games into a Switch cartridge. So we have 4 parts. We have the guys who are going to make 64 work, the guys who are going to make Sunshine work, and the guys who are going to make Galaxy work. And then the 4th group is are the people who puts all that into the package, like into the menuing and all that jazz. That's not a lot of work. Now, each guy isolated, they're going to have their own way of doing it. And maybe, like, you know, obviously the overall project lead is kind of give them insight onto what we can and can't do, like, or because of time constraints if they needed to. So, like, you know, retexturing stuff is great. Changing the resolution is great. But obviously you can't really add too much because all these are emulation. You can't do something that the hardware, or at least the emulator, can't do. And which is a bit more restricted in comparison to the actual hardware. because again, you're emulating it, and it might not be perfect. So yeah, like every single game was like, I feel like at least the one that makes me makes me slightly sad is the Sunshine and Wii versions, because functionally wasn't the Wii basically just a faster... Yeah, the Wii was basically just a faster GameCube, right? So, like, they could have done something. I don't know.
Its large levels. It works really well.
I might be
Plus,
talking out
the
my
new
butt,
art is
like,
always appreciated. To me, it feels like this game received the most effort, even if the frame rate isn't
Was
quite
it
what I'd
faster?
like to see. Mario Galaxy...
Yeah, no, the Wii was a faster GameCube. That's it.
then is perhaps second place, as it replicates the experience complete.
That's
with
why
a
it originally
high
had
frame
GameCube
rate
mode.
at a much higher resolution, solving the poor output issues of the original Wii. It's just a shame about the color banding, which does detract slightly from the presentation at points. Lastly, there's Super Mario 64. While the art enhancements are certainly welcome, the lack of a 60 frames per second mode combined with the original 4:3 aspect ratio and inaccurate texture filtering makes it difficult for me to play this over the original version. Of course, it's better than the previous Virtual Console releases, so that's something. So in that sense, it's a reasonable remaster, but not an exceptional one. Whether the drawbacks are a deal breaker though is something each person is going to have to weigh for themselves. You know the options available, it's up to you to decide. Still, even with the flaws, we are talking about some classic 3D Mario action here, and it is a joy to have these games available on a portable system like Switch. These are still remarkable games, and they are worth experiencing today. But that's all for me. If you enjoyed this video, as always, be sure to like and...
The only thing I just like, I'm still trying to figure out if I want to continue playing Sunshine on the collection, or start over from scratch on the GameCube. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I technically could, but you know, I'll figure that out, I guess, in the future. Anyway, it's a little bit late. It's past my time. Thank you. Now, let's see who we can send you guys over to. All right, let's do that. Who is live? Oh, just put a screen run on screen. Pretend you're playing it. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do that. I think I feel like I've seen people do that, and like that's terrible. Oh, one last thing, just to remind you guys, tomorrow is going to be actually no, tomorrow is going to be the BattleBots pre-show. I'm on there again at Macho Go Savage's channel, so I'll retweet that after we are out of here, because he just posted the announcement. So there's that. So that's what's going to be on Thursday. Friday, of course, is going to be Finding Out Friday. Ooh, you know what? Let's send you guys over to a good dear friend of mine, Abigail. So just as a heads up, she's a nice family-friendly VTuber. Just be nice, be kind. No real raid message, just say hi. She is playing Resident Evil, so I believe it's the first one. So if you're a little spooked out by that, feel free to head off now. Make sure you save before you go, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.